Jay Martinez, longtime listener, contributor, Jay Martinez chimed in and he asked Beryl or Nah about ordering the same thing as your wife. This at a restaurant. This is a great question, but we have already addressed this. Jay
We have.
Martinez, as
It
such
is
a
no
longtime listener,
barrel.
I would think that you would know.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, I'm realizing my wife and I, we have the same taste. And so as much as I don't, as much as I want to eat this thing on the menu, I don't want to order it because she ordered. I'd rather have two things. And that is the solution. You always pick the second thing. Even if you have to eat your second choice, you pick it so you can have variety.
Exactly.
Do you remember Drummer Dave?
I sure do.
I mean, in the storylines of this show and in the storylines of this year, Drummer Dave is maybe one of my favorites.
Of course.
I was going through some unplayed calls from a folder that I found on my computer, and I didn't have it labeled very well, so I didn't know what I was going to hear. But I pushed play on it, and lo and behold, I found Drummer Dave's voice. Hold on, I got to find it. Give me a second.
David Lee, Chaz, how you doing? Drummer Dave here. Hey, I got a potential barrel or not for you. Now that there's a little crispness in the morning air, and we've had a few windy days that are kind of chilly, the women folk have started their yearly tradition of wearing yoga pants with Ugg boots. Barrel or nah? I'm going to give it a huge barrel. So, get barrel.
Blessed Drummer Dave from the great beyond. I
Love
found
you, Drummer Dave.
the file was labeled as October 20th, 2021. So Drummer Dave, the dearly departed,
Rest
longtime
in
contributor to
peace.
the show, rest in peace, calling in with a somewhat controversial, trying to get you and I into hot water by commenting on women's
Fashions.
fashions. And yeah, do you want to
I'm
take
going
it?
I'm going no barrel David Lee Scales. I'm going barrel on Uggs. I'm going yoga pants. I mean, even in 2021, that trend should have jumped the shark. You wear your yoga pants in yoga. You maybe, if I guess, at home, people, when this started happening, oh wait, I'm gonna wear my comfy clothes out. No, 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 no. That was like a bad, bad mistake. And yes, no barrel.
I'm gonna go with you on this one, no barrel, simply because it's played out. It's
Yeah.
just like there's certain things that become the totem or whatever for a certain genre,
Era.
yeah, culture of people, and
Yep.
it's like ordering Starbucks, wearing the UGG boots with it's just it is a certain thing, and it needs to be. You need to deviate.
Dismantled forever. And yeah, don't wear your comfy clothes out, people. Comfy clothes are not for out. Comfy clothes are for working out or for in. Out is for like presenting yourself in a way that is respectable.
Agreed. No barrel. Thank you, Drummer Dave. Um, this one is then kind of a perfect segue for what you just said. Also came from a listener, barrel or nah, wearing a t-shirt under a button down.
No barrel. No barrel. Like you can wear a wife beater. That's what it's meant for, right? I guess if you're gonna like if you're sweaty or something and you're gonna button your button up to the top button and wear your suit coat the entire time so nobody can see the outline of the t-shirt underneath, but it's no
That's the
barrel.
problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem. So the argument for why people do this is, of course, they want to soil the undershirt rather than the fancy shirt because the fancy shirt's harder to launder. So when I worked in restaurants, we had, crappy, sorry, I keep turning the volume up for the listener calls and forget to turn it down. Um, Working in restaurants, we had these boxy button ups or button downs. I'm not sure what it's called. I think either works, but the boxy thing, and it's like, okay, and you have to launder this stuff all the time. You wear the undershirt in that scenario. But if you're dressing up, you should have a fancy enough dress up shirt that the cut and the material accentuates the male form, and the undershirt then gets in the way and dumbs all of that down, right?
If in question, go watch some James Bond movies. And the day you see James Bond with the outline, the silhouette of a t-shirt underneath his button up is the day that you can do it too.
Correct. Excellent explanation. No button down, no t-shirt under the button down, full stop.
No barrel.
Final barrel or not for the year relates directly to New Year's, staying up until midnight.
gonna go barrel. I'm gonna go. It's that one time a year, and the person who's like, "Yeah, I'm in bed by 9:30." Like, okay, it's cool to be like old and announce your oldness all the time, but for one day a year, make a small attempt to stay up to a normal hour before you like crash. It is the
So
right thing to do.
if it's 10:30 at night and your eyes are getting heavy, are you going to force yourself to stay up to midnight just to honor what you said?
Yes, I will take a
Wow.
brisk walk around the block. I will some nice Joe Dispenza breaths in, and then I will stay awake till midnight.
All right. Good luck with that.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, happy New Year. Any New Year's resolutions, or should we discuss that next week?
Let's discuss it next week.
Think long and hard about it until then, and then like really
I'm
let's
going
enact
to.
them.
Okay.